Hi there. So my name is Nicole Hutano. I'm creating this video for course 667, reading diagnostics. So I want to start with an introduction to my paper. I tested a girl from the 4th grade in a public school. Her name is Megan. She was starting out at a level O, and she did pretty good. She didn't really do some mistakes. She did self-correct. For example, she did have some words, instead of saying stomped, she said stopped. Stopped instead of stomped. And local, she said lotion instead of local. And then I wanted to know more. I was like, what's going on? And she told me. So she did have family issues. She does like to read. She is not struggling so much, but she is behind in the 4th grade. So I would have liked to know, what can I do more to help her? So I gave her some different assessments and a intervention program. The intervention program that I gave to her was giving different readings, such as a poem. I wanted to know exactly how does she interpret a poem and what does she understand from it, to give me more analysis on what the poem means. And so I used different strategies. Basically, I wanted to know more about her fluency. I wanted to know how could I make her increase her level of reading without her struggling. So I did create some worksheets with some underlined words for her to read and tell me what she thinks of that word. And I told her to slow down because she did rush through her reading. Otherwise, she is a capable reader. She is fluent, but she is behind. So I wanted to help her. And she did increase in her levels. She is at a level Q, even though she is struggling a bit. She did have some miscues. She had 3 of them without self-correcting and 4 with self-corrections. So otherwise, I did give her some assessments that she could integrate. I did watch how she was reading. I did observe how she was doing on all the questions and short answers. I wanted to know what she was struggling in. She didn't seem that she was so sure of herself that she could continue, even though she does enjoy reading. I did use formative assessment techniques such as questioning, discussions, observing, and worksheets. And I used an activity based on a poem that allowed me to record and analyze how she made use of those techniques shown in the modeling that I did for her. And then she did it on her own with the aspects of fluency and intonation. She did read the poem multiple times, which was good for her and it was read out loud, so she was correcting herself along the way and remembering not to make the same mistake twice or 3 times. She was able to make notes, which helped her develop a main idea and reminding herself of the important rules that need to be followed. So after reading the poem, I did give Megan a performance-based activity sheet that required her to answer some questions based on the poem that she read. And I was very surprised to see that Megan put her thought in the answers, thinking about the techniques and styles that was presented to her previously, which I really enjoyed her reasoning. What else? This was on a fourth grade level, Common Core standards. It did apply grade level phonics and word analysis skills and decoding. I did try to help her with accuracy and fluency to support comprehension. Otherwise, Megan was not such a child who needed great help. She does need more practice with reading on her free time. Independent reading is recommended, and reading aloud is very helpful for her. I did research an article which was called Differentiated Reading Instruction in Grades 4 and 5 with different strategies and resources, concluding that these different Common Core standards do define the skills needed to improve reading skills, which is really helpful for many of the classes that are going on today in public schools. These different skills do build word recognition, building fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. Otherwise, I do believe the results of the IRI did help Megan perform a little higher than she was before, which I was happy about, from her O level when I started. And her fluency and comprehension did progress and allowed me to take more action in the different assessments that I could give and apply to the Common Core standards. Otherwise, Megan did her best, and I was really satisfied with the results. Thank you so much for listening, and hope you have a great day. Thank you.